Ranking every song from Periphery 5, Djent is not a genre. Dying Star is an okay song, but it really drags in terms of its rhythm, and the choice of chords that were used kind of makes this song kind of a bit of a bummer out of the album. It's a fine song, it's well composed, but altogether I don't think it warrants anything higher than a 6.5. Number 8, Silhouette. Silhouette is a beautiful song, and it hurt me to put it down at number 8 on this album. It's kind of the breather, if you will, and I really enjoy it. It took me a little while to get into this just because I didn't really love the lead singer's singing style all that much in terms of his clean vocals, and this is primarily, if not all, clean vocals on this track. And also his softer tone. I realized later after talking to somebody that it's the same vocalist that does all of the vocals on the album, and so kudos to him because he's got quite a dynamic range in terms of his different presentations of vocals, even not even just between the harsh screams, the gutturals, and the clean vocals, but his styles of cleans are different. And I find when he's in a more mellow tone, like he is in Silhouette, is when I like his voice the least. I like when he's a little grittier even in his clean vocals or singing a little bit of a higher range. But like I said, this song is beautifully composed. I think it's one of the few that doesn't have a lengthy outro, which, I can't say the same for a lot of these songs. They have a lot of lengthy outros. But yeah, 7 out of 10, still a good song. Number 7, Thanks Nobu. Now this song would have put higher. I enjoy listening to this song, but it's 11 minutes long and 3.5 minutes of it is an outro that kind of does absolutely nothing for me. I find that, there's this kind of stop stutter effect that comes into the song at I think 4:22, and it goes into the they know section of the song, and that is my least favorite part on the whole album, is that stop stutter effect. It just is really jarring and kind of frustrating to listen to. It's not sonically pleasing at all. And also I think his vocals on that part, the they know part, is the weakest on the album. Again, it's that softer tone that you get from Silhouette. And once he goes into the really passionate part of that, singing the same lyrics but using a little bit higher range and stuff, that is what I really enjoy. And I think the song ends well enough, and it has some great parts throughout. The instrumentation is great throughout, except for again, the 3.5 minutes that is just kind of ethereal nothingness, and it doesn't really add to the album for me. There's so many long outros. These songs are all super long, even though there's only 9 tracks. I think it runs a total of 1 hour 10 minutes, so you could have cut off almost 4 minutes from it right there, and trim the fat a little bit on this one. Dracul Gra, which I haven't gotten to yet, is a 12-minute song, and it runs into Thanks Nobu, which is an 11-minute song, and it's just a lot of outros and a lot of lengthy songs. And when they use all of that to their advantage, it's good, but it also can show the weaknesses within a song when they're that long. Number 6, Everything Is Fine. This song is the heaviest, I think, throughout on the album. It might not have the heaviest parts per se, but I think it's all harsh vocals and screams throughout this one. And it is the most negative of the songs in terms of the lyrics. It's the one that I don't enjoy lyrically as much as the rest of the album. Above these last 3, because I think as a song and how it's composed, it's more cohesive. I also like that it doesn't have any outro. It's a 5-minute song, but it uses that song, just hits you in the face from the beginning and keeps going, which I like. But yeah, if the lyrics were not as rough on this one, I would put it higher maybe, but I think still 8 out of 10 is a pretty good score. Number 5, Atropos. This song, this is the first song that really kind of got me into the album. when I was listening to it for the first time. It's funny how much my opinions have changed now that I've listened to the album, you know, about 10 times probably at least. But yeah, it's really good. The only knock I have against it is it has some really cool licky parts. It's got some heavy parts mixed with some, you know, more chill parts. It's got some djenty goodness in it. You know, it's an interesting outro. Out of the outros that are on this album, I actually don't mind this one. It's got a little bit of a string bit to it. But overall, there's not too many things about this song that stand out. I think it's just solid throughout, and that's why I had it at like a 9 out of 10 just from my first listens. I just liked it so much, but it doesn't have like a big part that like I can, or even like a part that I can bring to mind that when I'm singing it. And so drop down, it's still at the number 5, made the top 5, and there's only 9 songs. It's not too hard to do, but yeah, still rate it pretty high with an 8.5. Number 4, Wildfire. Heavy. The first minute 40 of this song is just like heavy gutturals, like great awesomeness that like just hits you from up front. That lyric heartbeat haunts me, just the way he sings it. It's so good. That's what I mean by like moments that stick. There's either vocal parts or guitar parts or whatever. Usually for me it's the vocalist. This one also has this song also has saxophone in it. The only thing I wish is that the saxophone was more integrated in the song, but it kind of has like a saxophone solo, which was cool. I liked it, and I think it works for the most part. The outro is the only knock I have against it. It's just a lot of different things in a short span of time, where it's like, you know, super like drum heavy, like crazy drums, and then it goes to like a very soft like instrumental string vibe, and then it goes one other place before introing into Atropos, and it's just such a weird choice. I guess it shows where the rest of the album kind of goes, but not one of my favorite outros. But the rest of the song is so good that I think it's still deserving of the 9 out of 10. Like, it could be higher if it didn't have the outro, but I don't mind. If you want, you can always skip a song when it's at the end. If your problem with the song is in the middle of the song, it's a little harder, but I don't feel the need to skip it per se. It's just something that I think is a little bit uncohesive. This band likes to yin and yang between like heavy to like very soft. I don't think this has the best transition in that. So Wildfire, 9 out of 10. It's the number 4 on this list. Okay, top 3. This is where it gets interesting. On the third spot, we have Zagreus, which honestly, it was one that I gravitated to in the beginning. It just smacks you in the face. It's got some tasty guitar work throughout it. Literally every part of Zagreus I absolutely love. It's got a bit of a long outro like the rest do, but it doesn't bring it completely down for me. So Zagreus, 9.5 out of 10. Number 2, Wax Wings. Pretty much perfection. It's got a sweet little intro riff that I love, and that's just kind of starts like almost acoustic, and then it goes into the rest of the song. A mix of like heavy parts and softer parts. The machine is turning me. I don't even know so much what the lyrics is saying, but just the way it's sung just really resonates. Like, it really swells. There's the passion just kind of bleeds through this song. It's a 7-minute song, and it has like a minute-long outro, so one of the shorter outros, you know. And I think it's one of the best outros as well to a song. So there's a good like 6.5-minute song in here, which surprisingly is one of the shorter on the album. And it's just solid throughout. As much as a song can't be perfect, it is like, I got no knocks against it. Really enjoy it. I think it's one of the standouts. It could be number 1, but I just have one more on this album that I think is just a tad bit better. And so number 1, Dracul Gra. This is the coolest vampire song you'll ever listen to. I love that it's like, obviously from the title, you get the Dracula vibes, but literally that's the whole song. It's like 12 minutes, and that includes like a 2-minute outro, which is my favorite outro of the album. It's kind of like synthy, electronic, like little bit of bass booming in there, and it's interesting to go with the song that's pretty like crazy. It also mixes like the really harsh vocals with like softer parts in the song, and then builds back up to the harsh and crazy djenty like goodness of the guitar. So good. The blood like wine lyric is just like, you just want to throw down. You could picture like moshing to this song. Best album of the year so far, and I would give it a total score of 8.4 out of 10. So yeah, Periphery. This is my first time listening to Periphery ever. Strongly recommend. Looking forward to what's coming next in 2023. I don't really have any bands on the docket like I did last year. All my favorite bands were coming out with music, and so now I have to discover new stuff, which is great. I already listened to the Shredders album and Sax, and that was pretty good and pretty tasty. And I didn't do a review for it, but it was decent, but it wasn't as good as this. I kind of am only doing reviews for albums that I really am passionate about and like can't stop listening to, and that's been this one. So yeah, I'm looking forward to diving into the rest of Periphery's discography. Let me know if you're a Periphery fan and what their best albums are, but I think I'm probably gonna start from the beginning of their discography, and if I like those albums enough, I might just review them as well, just see Periphery through the years. But yeah, I'm glad I found them now in 2023, and yeah, definitely a really strong start to the year, and an album that I'll probably be listening to throughout. Like and subscribe if you want. Next video coming up will be my Coheed and Cambria top 10. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.